Hi there, welcome. I'm Ghost Prime, and we're taking a look at the animated version of Lockdown in this review. So, a little bit of history about this guy, this character. He first appeared in, of course, the Transformers animated series, a very divisive series, but he is one of the most standout characters to come out of that. He could even be probably one of the best newer characters to come out of Transformers as a whole. He is an awesome character. He's a bounty hunter, so he doesn't work for the Decepticons despite having Decepticon logos on him.
Oh, I'm not one of them. Name's Lockdown. I'm what you call a bounty hunter.
Megatron hired him.
Decepticons pay real good for info.
Megatron will let him take what he likes to do, which he likes to take trophies of his victims.
Like my new EMP generator.
And then he adds those parts himself or displays them on shelves. Like, he's pretty evil. And he's voiced by Lance Henriksen of Aliens fame.
I prefer the term artificial person myself.
And it's just all around just a really cool character. And I absolutely love how they did him. Now, he did show up in Age of Extinction in a live action form, albeit incredibly modified from this look. Didn't even look like him at all. But he had a gun face, and that's cool. And they also made a Hunt for the Decepticons movie-esque figure of him, which I recently sold. I absolutely adore this character and this toy. This is awesome. I'm going to make this video real quick, just kind of go over transformation and, you know, all the normal things. So please like and subscribe and all that. Without any further ado, let's get to the review. He's packaged in car mode, so we're going to start out there. I don't remember what I did with the instructions, so, you know, it has instructions. It was in a blister box. But I absolutely love the detail. I love the green that shows up, the red headlights, all the little spikes all over with spike wheels. It's got some vents and some mean looking exhaust there, spikes on the top. He even has its translucent plastic inlaid tail lights there. I mean, how cool is that? These things you just don't see on a lot of modern Transformers at all these days. Really, really well done. Beautiful looking vehicle mode on this guy. I mean, the only thing that there's a fake window right there, which honestly I don't think even needs to be there. It looks good just like that without even having a window. I'd say that's about the only thing. And you can see his head a bit right there. Maybe you kind of don't notice it if you don't know it's there, but once you know it's there, you see it every time. Although, what a beautiful car this is. You could also take his hook out in car mode, so you could latch onto something and pull him, which is a nice little play feature. Size-wise, he's a very normal deluxe-sized car. There he is with animated blur, so you get an idea of size there. And he rolls absolutely excellent. So now we're going to get on transformation. Transformation is really simple. There are a couple things on it that, like these pieces here, are really, really tight. But I'm going to go over the transformation real quick. And done. Here we have him in robot mode. So let's get real close on that face sculpt, which is a really, really nice face sculpt. Captures the animation really, really well. He does have some light piping, which does work. You kind of see it there with his red eyes. Moving on down to the green on his chest, the little gold Decepticon logo. I don't know why they did that. Just the Decepticon logo in general. He's not a Decepticon. Much rather have it be a rub sign like it was in the cartoon. I might put a small one on there if I could find one that's that small. Green shows up on the legs. As you can see, he has red here, and this is like different parts. There's more paint on the Takara version of this. More red, as there was red on the arms here of the Takara. So you can see the green knee on the other side. His feet. His hands. I love the striping they did with the animated. They did a lot of that. See different shoulders there, or different biceps rather, just to sort of kind of bring home that is, in fact, different parts, because he does like to steal parts from people. And you see, so in the cartoon, he has like a tailcoat going on. He has tails from tailcoat, which this sort of becomes. And there's a couple things you could do with this. You could take this off, and like the cartoon, he had a hook. So there, you got a hook hand. Take that, and you can just pick that directly onto the arm, like so. So he has a hook hand. And this piece right here is an EMF generator, EMP generator. I forgot what it is, but it's a medical device that ratchets that he took from Ratchet, and you could actually push it down and fling out the guns. It's not really guns; it's a medical device, but he uses it as a weapon. And this is really cool because this you could actually use interchangeably with the Ratchet figure from the same line, just by removing it, getting your Ratchet figure, and then sticking it on his arm via this port right there. And now Ratchet gets his EMP back. Spoilers. So I think that's a really cool little interchangeability between the two. Now, as in a car, you take it off, it does leave this giant hole there. But, you know, I think it's cool to have that interchangeability between these two figures. I think that's really, really rad. Also, you can see just how tall he becomes in robot mode, because the way these legs flip out make him super, super tall. He's almost Voyager size. He definitely does a bit of mass shifting, which is really, really, really cool. He doesn't quite look like his cartoon model here because of the way the legs are. I actually really dig the really big legs, other than the trimmed down cartoon version. I mean, to each their own, of course, but I kind of like him like this. This is really, really a good look for him, in my opinion. Now, another downside to this toy is its articulation. You know, he does have a waist articulation. He has a bit of a head articulation. He could not really look up and down at all. His arms can go all the way around. He has a bit of shoulder, and you can even have a double hinge right there. Bicep swivel really is sort of at the elbow. He has a double jointed elbow. You can get pretty far. No wrist swivel or anything, but so his hands can go in and out. Now, there is a later version of him. I think the blazing one, the hand does come out a little bit more, but that's all that it comes out. It doesn't go completely straight, and that's because there's this little tiny piece here that stops it. And if you try to push it through, you can break the hand, which is something I would personally avoid. So that's another fault. He does have a thigh swivel, which is really good, and he does have a very, very long range of motion in the hips. What he does not have is a very good knee. His knee is really terrible. It kind of breaks. It's a stand-in knee, and I think they could have done this better. As far as ankle tilts, they didn't really have ankle tilts back then. It just kind of has toes. And if you put this all the way up, it becomes kind of weird stance. You can put it like that, like all the way forward. And that, maybe it's not showing up on camera very well, but it's, you know, very far back. I would love to see him done justice in a modern version of the animated. They did do a Nest version for a movie figure, and I like that figure. I think that's really cool, but it didn't fit in my collection, so I just recently sold it when I was at TFCon LA. They go for a lot of money, but I just wasn't into it. I like this original version. There were a few different repaints of this. Unfortunately, I don't have them. This figure is one of the best animated figures. In fact, I think this figure is just a really, really good figure in general. I think he looks really, really good, and he cleans up super, super nice. I love how you could use his parts. And this guy is just evil. I mean, he's one of the coolest characters to actually come out of animated, just just to be created in Transformers in general. He's an evil character. He's sort of on his own side. He has a really good backstory. I think he looks mean and evil with the different parts on him, and that he collects these trophies. That's such a good character trait for an evil, mercenary or bounty hunter. Really, really kind of cool character. I absolutely love him. So if you're gonna pick one of these up, I think you could find this one pretty cheap. I don't think they're going for that much. Now the stealth one and then the blazing one, it might be $70. This one might be $65. I got this one new back when it was released. I've had it for quite some time in my collection. And I enjoyed going over it with you guys. Let me know what you think of him in the comments. And would you like to see a new one? Or are you satisfied with this one? Anyway, thanks for stopping by, and I'll see you in the next review.